All right, all right, all right. Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. I know that this podcast has been brewing with us. We've been chatting this morning. Everybody kind of showed up a little bit early, and we've had time to meld our minds together into this. I mean, this is going to be like watching the greatest sketch comedy show. Like, I mean, we've concocted the perfect podcast. It's an absolute, like a tornado of entertainment is about to run through your trailer park right now. Okay, you're about to have a religious experience, and I'm so happy to be able to host this podcast and have these wonderful gentlemen who are about to join me be a part of this. So glad you could join us this morning for this great experience. You'll probably be telling your grandchildren who are dying from the heat caused by global warming about this. But without any further ado, I just want to bring on our musical guest and ever talented songbird known as Thomas Horton. Give me just a second, ladies and gentlemen. I will be bringing him right on in. Here we go. Oh man. Oh yes.
Baka mitai kodomo nano ne yume wo otekizutsuite uso ga etanakusei ni waraenai ekau wo miseta. I love you more. Roku ni iwanai kuchibeta de onmani bukio nano ni としてさよならは言えたの。ダメだね、ダメよ、ダメなのよ。あんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも歪まない思い出がバカみたい。
Come on.
バカみたい。ほんとバカね。あんた信じるばかりで強い女のふり切なさの夜風浴びる。一人になって3年が過ぎ街並みさえも変わりました。なのにどうして未練だけ置き去り。ほんまにろくな男やない。揃いの夢は外します。ざまみろせいせいするわ。いい加減待っててもバカみたい。ダメだね、ダメよ、ダメなのよ。あんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも歪まない思い出がバカみたい。ほんまにろくな男やない。揃いの夢は外します。ざまみろせいせいするわ。なんなのよこの涙バカみたい。
Come on, man.
Woo!
Hell
Have
yeah.
my babies.
There we go.
Yeah,
my
that's
God.
that
Awesome.
beginning.
Yeah.
All right, speech, Bilbo.
Well, hell. Bilbo, there you go.
Woo!
All right.
Alrighty.
If you could, there we go. How do I get it back to? No, there we go. All right. There we go. So
I hope to God that sounded all right for everybody watching at home because I have no idea how delayed that was.
I had no problem with the delay whatsoever this time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
On my end, it was great.
Yeah. Was it delayed for you guys at home watching this stream? Let me know in the
Yeah,
comments.
let us know. Let us know in the chat. But it seems like everybody was into it. So thank you guys for tuning into the podcast. As always, here on these Monday mornings, I am, pretty much tied down to asking this question. So how the heck are you, gentlemen?
Doing all right. Chilling.
Feel pretty invigorated after that song.
Dude,
Yeah.
I just took a caffeine fueled dump, so I feel like $1 million right now, dude. If you ever
Oh.
need any rocket fuel in your life, just know that you can pry yourself from that excess weight by drinking a cup of coffee, getting some energy, and losing some pounds.
Yeah, coffee in the morning is really good. You take a fat shit. Oh.
Bro, listen, the nicotine addiction is the worst for that. Like,
Yeah.
it will guarantee that your bowels do not move. It will paralyze your bowels until
Yeah.
you get nicotine. It's really, really awful.
Rappy said that was a weird opening.
It's only weird for you. It was not weird for us at all. I was
Yeah.
completely comfortable and having a good time. So maybe
It
that's
was
a you.
beautiful.
Maybe that's a you thing, Rappy. You know?
Plus, Chad's been asking for that for the last 6 podcasts.
Oh,
so it's
dude,
like-
I have been after Thomas. Like, bro, when are you gonna do the Yakuza song? He did a cover on his channel, and I was like, bro, when are you holding out? You not gonna bring that to the podcast? What are you doing?
I'm gonna
Well, I just
bless
needed
us
the right
with
time
that
to do
golden
it.
voice.
Hot take: coffee trash. Look, man. I mean, I can
You're
understand why people don't like it, but at the same time, you know, if it's not your cup of tea,
Yeah.
don't fucking drink it.
You're wrong about that. It's amazing, but you just don't like it.
If you were living in
Oh
my
my God.
skin suit, you would like it.
Exactly.
Hot take, tea, trash. Well, I
You're
mean,
also
you
wrong
know,
about that.
it's also one of those cases of like, I don't know how bad your history with Halo is, and maybe you've been teabagged one too many times after
That's
getting
true.
wrecked. I don't know.
Post-traumatic teabagging
Chad
disorder.
and his infomercial about coffee. I'm not trying to do an infomercial. I'm just saying, like, if you ever run into that issue and you have not tried, maybe that can fix your situation for you.
Look,
Have you
Crimson,
ever not been able to shit? Fulgers.
yeah, Crimson
happened?
Newtype says he wanted to play Yakuza again now. Well, I'm glad I was able to awaken that in you.
You should. It's amazing.
I still
Rafi
have to
said,
complete.
what
I'm still
happened
on
to the
track
good
for it.
old classic national anthem? I don't
That's
know.
our national anthem, you motherfucker.
It's like, why do we have to talk about nationalist propaganda? I'm good without it.
Listen, if they can play wet ass pussy in a stadium, we can play this.
Dude, they did.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Yeah.
Dude, here's the thing that frightens me. All right, and this could be the most boomer thing I've ever said, but the fact that WAP was like on the charts a few years ago,
Oh yeah.
like it's not even like, damn man, that's modern times. No, that is the past. That is
Yeah.
not now. It now is just like it's even more loose than that. Like that's it. I'm pretty liberal about social issues, man.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I'm just like, man, were they really making variations of that song for Kids Bop and shit? Like, were they really? This is pop culture now. Like Tom Green used to be shock comedy, and now it's just like, what? To be shock comedy, you literally have to actually do nefarious things. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Jackass style pranks are not the biggest deal anymore. But I did think of a prank that I would love to do, right? So it's kind of like thirst trapping people, right?
Uh-huh.
So get this like dude that's chiseled like a Greek god, spray tan, just like an undeniably just attractive dude. And put him out like in areas where people are frequently walking through and stuff. But then when they approach him and start like hitting on him or whatever, have him like give the Mormon pitch. Like he goes into the full like, I just knocked on your door, I have the brochure, tie wearing, bicycle riding Mormon out on their mission. Like, would it not be great to just do like the Mormon thirst trap?
Dude, I saw 2 of those in the train yesterday, just talking English to each other. It was the weirdest experience. I've never
Yeah.
seen one of them.
Really?
Yeah, I've
Dude,
never
they're the
seen a Mormon.
nicest guys. They're like the nicest guys. Like there were a couple of them that were living out in this town that I lived in at one point in time. I would just see them all the time, and I would always be like, "What's happening, fellas? You know, you guys staying away from those Coca-Colas and stuff?" And you know, just like being real nice to them and everything. But like, dude, the Mormon thirst trap would be the best prank ever. Just like some chiseled, shirtless guy outside of a bar at like, you know, 1 o'clock in the morning, just drunk people coming out of the club. Oh my God. He'd be like, "Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?" You know, I just feel like it would be the best. And who knows, they may take it and run with it and be like, "Damn, Haggai had a great idea. We're going to bring tons of people to the Lord this way."
I could just imagine some dude acting like a bouncer in front of a club, but instead of letting people in, he's just asking people about Jesus.
"Let me check your ID. Oh, looks like you're old enough to go to heaven. Let's have a conversation. Take this wristband, dunked in holy water. $5.99 only." Yeah, dude. Nikki and I watched a video. We put it on Patreon exclusively. It's about a guy who made $80 million in a year with these what they call prosperity ministries. And this kind of stuff is super popular where I'm from. In the area of the country that I live in is called the Bible Belt. And it even stretches up towards where Thomas is, and Ohio is pretty bad for it too. Do you have a lot of those like wild churches that like people go around laying hands on people and healing people and stuff up there?
Not in my area, but I don't doubt they exist. Like in the lower regions.
Yeah, near Kentucky, that part of Ohio and stuff, definitely.
Northeast Ohio doesn't really have those kinds of people, but I imagine they're much more in like the southern regions.
Dude, in my area, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. And there's even these ones that it's like they handle snakes as part of their worship to be like, you know, God's got this. Even this dangerous snake is not going to harm me.
Yeah.
There will be like generations of those ministers that die by snake bites.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this kid will be like 13 and his dad dies of a snake bite, and he'll grow up to take his place and be the preacher that dies of a snake bite. And they'll get bit and refuse to go to the hospital by like rattlesnakes and stuff, dude. Yeah, shit's crazy. But the guy that we watched, this guy made $80 million, and he would tell people if they donated to his like telephone prayer shit, then he would like cure them of cancer. Dude, he even claimed to be able to cure people of dwarfism.
What?
Like, number one, as if that is some like, you know, that's not a terminal illness or something. That's just, you know, the situation that they're dealing with. Like, why should you sit here and act like there's some problem with these people? You know, like it's a disadvantage in certain areas, of course, but
yeah,
what the hell, you know? And he's lumping that in with like cancer. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, Rappy's saying, just imagine Paul Heyman come out on stage, but instead of introducing himself, he just starts singing Bach and Me Tai. I would crack up laughing.
Paul Heyman looks like the real life Penguin from Batman. Like, Paul Heyman is one of the greatest managers of all time in professional wrestling, one of the greatest bookers of all time in professional wrestling, but he's not a looker. I'll tell you that right now. He looks like March of the Penguins, dude.
not mother's finest.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a topic I wanted to get on here for a little bit that I actually experienced a little while this morning before we started the podcast. Random numbers that just randomly text you or call you.
God, dude.
Yeah. I got a text message like before the podcast started where it's like, I'm here to remind you of your 4 p.m. appointment at the in this certain area here. I work with Evelyn Ober. I don't know who the fuck that is. And randomly get this text message. I'm like, report, block, and spam, which is what I usually do with these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually get some voicemails as well from people, but I just delete those. I never listen to them because I don't want to know who the fuck these people are. And I was wondering if you guys had any like weird phone stories where it's like you have no idea who these people are, or like you had some interesting experiences. Annapolis, you have any?
Not too many. The most that we get is like, because we're in that region that like regularly gets scammed by Indian people.
Right.
So we just get tons of people pretending that they're Microsoft or fucking Steve Jobs.
America's terrible, dude. America's terrible for that. Like, I get calls all the time. There's this one, and I still can't figure out what the hell's going on. But, like, this lawyer keeps, like, messaging my parents and calling my parents and, like, hey, I need Chad to get a hold of me, blah, blah, blah. I've called this dude, like, 3 or 4 times just being like, yo, if this is some pressing issue, call me. Here is my number. This is who I am. If you need to get in contact with me, call me. He just keeps bothering my parents. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, they are not going to handle my affairs. They're going to keep telling me that you're calling them. So it's even worse. I wish that they would just call me. But instead, because I lived with my parents like fucking 10 years ago or whatever, they keep calling them. But yeah. And then when I work for my dad's business, this is the worst. You'll get these people that are calling. They'll be like, can I speak with such and such? And it's my dad's last name. And I'll be like, well, we have the same last name, so that could be me. Who exactly are you referring to? Oh, the owner of the company. I'm like, okay, what's the owner of the company's name? Click. Like, they don't even know. They're just like, I want to speak. Could you imagine the audacity of you, even as a customer, calling a company and be like, I want to speak to the owner of the company? Who the fuck? What? You think you can just call companies and be like, put the most important individual possible on the phone now?
Exactly.
What? Especially if you're just trying to sell them shit. Like, on your time, call me.
Put your work on hold so I can sell you bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. NerdNet is like, your car warranty is about to expire. Bitch, I don't even drive.
Oh my god, dude, that is the worst one. It's like, your extended car warranty. I had an extended warranty?
Yeah.
Damn, they didn't even tell me that.
It's like the call they make the memes about and shit. We're here to talk to you about your extended car warranty.
Dude, you'd be on your deathbed asking for morphine and be like, hold on just a second. Before we give you this morphine drip, have you considered for the last time that extended warranty?
There was one weird call that I got that was like, it was some dude trying to sell me something, but I didn't want to go further into it, so I was fuck you, I'm hanging up. He was like, I was getting on the bus because I was going somewhere, probably to school or some shit, and I got a phone call all of a sudden. I was like, hello, who the fuck is this? And no saying names, no hello, no nothing. Just straight up asked me a question like, what's the capital of fucking this place? What? And I was just like, yeah. And I was just like, fucking Africa? And the dude was just like, congratulations, you won your trip to Africa if you just give us all your credit card details and this and that. Yeah. And I just immediately hung up. And my buddies just looked at me like, why'd you say Africa? It was like, scam call.
Yeah. Totally weird. But those things are really predatory on elderly people, which sucks. And, you know, I worked in the heating and cooling business for a little while, and I dealt with elderly people who thought that all of their home appliances were under warranty until something went wrong with them. And then the warranty company would do everything in their power to get out of paying the bill. Oh, yeah. Every trick, every little fine detail that they could find to be like, oh, no, we don't cover that. So it really sucked when, these elderly people were paying over $100 a month for this insurance that didn't even cover the shit that went wrong. Happened all the time. All the time. Yeah. So, yeah, those phone calls, pretty annoying.
Very annoying, very predatory, especially because it's so fast too. They just try and catch you off guard so they can get the info as fast as possible. It's like, dude, fuck
Oh,
off.
dude, what about this one? I have heard of this happening, and it actually happened to one of my friends who's like twice my age, pretty much. Not twice my age, minus about 6 years.
Yeah.
He was approached online by an account claiming to be this woman that started sending lewd pictures to him in exchange for lewd pictures of him.
Yeah.
Sending him lewd pictures of themselves, supposedly as a trade for him to do the same. So, of course, my
So
friend.
sexting, basically.
Pretty much. I was just trying not to completely put it out there, but yeah. And so he obliged because he's wild and crazy and just doesn't give a shit. And this account then turned around and was like, oh, by the way, I'm only this age, and now I have proof that you sent me this, and I'm going to extort you for money now. And if you give me money, then I won't, dox you publicly for this and like tell everybody who you are and what you've just done to me and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it was from, a impoverished country, type deal and all this. But he was tripping, man, because like he's technologically ignorant and didn't know what the hell to do about this situation. But I was just like, man, what a pickle.
Yeah.
Give me the extended car warranty calls any day of the week to keep me away from that kind of situation, man. But they do, like, people will give away, like my friend, he's taking care of his mother who's having some issues. And she thought that she was communicating with someone from Walmart and gave all of her banking information, passwords, everything to this person, and it was a scam.
Damn.
Now, the shit part of that is she gave away my friend's banking information as well
Oh.
to this person. Because he had been like, you can't take care of yourself. Take my stuff and go get groceries, whatever you need, whenever you need it. And someone tricked her into giving all that information away with one of those scams. Oh, dude, brutal.
Yeah. That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
We don't get scam calls at Papa John's, but we get some weird fucking people calling in. Like, I remember when I first started working there, we used to have this one insider named Katie, or not Katie, Chrissy. She answered the phone one time. It was late at night, and she got a call that's like, my girlfriend cheated on me, and then she immediately hung up. She's like, I'm fucking done with these people. This guy just said my girlfriend's cheating on me. How the fuck do you respond to that?
I mean, if there's ever a time where you might need some pizza, I would say that's up there on the list,
I was going to say, my girlfriend just broke up with me. Sorry, dude. You want a pizza? Yeah, get me a pepperoni.
Bruh, say no more. Shakaroni coming to your door.
Boom. There you go.
We still have the Shakaroni with us, except now we just call it the New York.
Oh, the New York.
Yeah.
Is Shaquille O'Neal still one of like main owners of Papa John's? Like,
I don't know, actually. I'll have to look that up.
I know he bought like a huge share of the company.
Let me see.
Shaquille O'Neal is the man. I've always been a huge fan of Shaq.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't seem to give a damn. Like, he just does whatever it is that he wants to do with his life, regardless of the haters. And I can respect that.
Yeah, exactly.
His whole DJ gig, man, that's crazy. Could you imagine that big towering human being up on stage? Like,
DJ Shaq fucking stomping on the floor.
DJ Shaq.
Christ almighty.
That's right, Ariel. The sad pizza call. Totally get it.
Shit.
Nikki, how many times have I been having a bad day and I'm like all feeling sorry for myself and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm ordering a pizza? Way too many. That's right.
And what do I say?
And what do you say?
Yeah.
We're supposed to be taking care of ourselves? That is what you say.
Says
I
get
don't know,
me
man.
one too.
Okay,
Yeah.
it says the NBA Hall of Famer will be paid roughly $5.63 million for his services. The new contract will expire in 2025 with the option of a 1-year extension. So, as far as I know, he still owns the stuff.
There we go. Shaquille
Nice.
O'Neal. Pizza is fire, dude. Pizza is more than fire. Okay. And I
Yeah.
really do think that the Ninja Turtles have a huge stake in how I feel about pizza. There's no way to disregard the impact that those cowabunga shouting pizza eating bastards had on me, you know, but
Yeah. Honestly, it was that one. It was that one SpongeBob episode for me. Pizza Delivery, like one of the early like season 1 episodes. That shit was like,
Pizza, yeah.
no, I can do it. I can do it. Nino, I can do it. Rusty Crab, yeah, pizza. It's a pizza, yeah, for you and me.
I can barely hit those high notes. My throat is gone.
Yeah, I had to like really strain to hit those though.
Yeah.
Bruh. I was like on the desktop audio volume knob, like I had that shit, bro. I just made it to where everybody could hear it, but nobody got pierced by it.
I was about to say that I blow anyone's eardrums out with that one.
Nope. I had your back.
Okay, good.
Let's see. What does he? Let's see. Rappy says, "I once pissed a scammer off by making him hear an echo of himself. He cursed me out, calling me every racist thing in the dictionary. I was laughing
geez.
my butt off." That's so funny, dude. I love. Well, Nikki's dad is notorious for like going all the way with these scammers, like playing every single thing that they're trying to do. You know, just taking them as far as they'll go. You know, with just completely bullshitting the entire call. And that's funny, dude. There's some YouTube channels that I think are great, and all they do is just like screw with scammers and like hack their computers and stuff.
Oh yeah, people like Kid Boga and shit.
Dude, it's so brilliant. It's just
Yeah.
like, bro, you are a hero. If only people knew how to do that for resellers, I would just, oh my God, dude. Could you imagine somebody slick enough to be at the flea market and just be like, nah, dude, Operation Raccoon City is like the best Resident Evil game. People are paying tons of money for this thing. You know, it has the highest score. You can sell this for like $100. Like Operation Raccoon City is just so highly regarded, and just sell them like a stack of them, like a whole pallet full of them.
Yeah.
Take this trash game with you.
I mean, to be honest,
But you just said it was the best game.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
just, yeah, exactly.
No, that's how it'd be. It's like, just take this trash game with you. Like, well, you said it was the best in the series. Like, yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
for my wallet. You can kind of do something with the resellers like that, but it's very like across the board type shit.
Yeah.
It's very hard to fight those.
Dude, and I've seen some, oh God, dude. Oh, I stumbled across this YouTube channel the other day, and it's literally this guy flexing about reselling games. It is so putrid. Like, it is the most toxic shit. He's going to, like, Walmart. This is the part that I think is good. This is fine with me. He's going to Walmart and finding games that they have, like, set online, like 3DS games and shit that they have in the back that they've just needed to get rid of. They've got them for, like, 1 cent.
Yeah.
And he'll go make them match that and bring them out and stuff. And, dude, he'll then he'll argue with the people that work there because they don't want to sell games that cheap. They think there's something wrong. But then he'll be like, oh, and now I've got 40 of these and I'm going to go sell them for $25 a piece online. And it's like, if you got them for 1 cent,
Yeah.
you're going to turn around and take like Walmart is trying to maximize its profits on on the air you breathe in their store. They want to maximize their profits, and they realize that these games aren't worth shit. You're going to take them and put them on the internet for $25, not 10, not 5, still 10 and 5. Incredible profit margins on a cent.
2,500 times the price.
Bro.
Christ almighty.
Do you know what then happens to the listing price of those games? It starts going up. So you wonder why all of this stuff is the way that it is, and it's because of scumbags like that. Because then Walmart sees that online these things are starting to generate some value, whether it's make-believe because of resellers or not. Guess what happens to the price in the store?
Yep.
Boop. So it's just this cycle of, I don't know, it would be like recycling the fucking fart from your spacesuit back into your oxygen. You know, that's become the resale market for video games now.
Yeah. It's why I kind of hate sometimes when I see like popular YouTubers play a certain game, because I'll know for a fact, even though it's a shit, garbage, dog awful game, it'll jump up in price because all funny YouTubers connected to it. I hate it. Like,
Yeah.
I was trying to get Wild Woody for a buddy of mine. That is a piece of shit game that should be $5 in a bargain bin. It's $85.
What?
85 fucking bucks for a shitty little game.
Because of Oni plays.
Yeah, exactly. And it was even higher before that. I was like, fuck you all. I just want a shitty video game.
Yeah.
Why don't you let me love you?
No, these are not the Renegades. There is just a Renegade and some of the hat people who are wonderful mods, and they do their own thing. Thomas Horton has his own YouTube channel, appropriately named Thomas Horton. And you also have Nanopolis over here, who has streaming that's going on. He does voice acting. He does all kinds of podcasts and awesome stuff. If you want to plug some of your shit, Nanopolis, feel free.
I'm working on stuff that's still going down the pipeline, so that's not going to be out for a while. But if you want, I occasionally appear on Dick Planet on Twitch. And yes, that is a real name.
Dick Planet.
It's a beautiful name.
Yeah.
Planet Richard, you know?
Yeah.
And there's Thomas's link in the chat if you want to check that out. That's his channel. But you can also go to Renegade Media Group and check that out. That's where the Renegades reside.
Should be Horton. Here's a who. JAT says, you know what, JAT? I actually have tried doing like a film review series called Horton Hears, based around that exact same thing. Although I've only done a couple of those and I haven't really done too much with it. I want to try and do
music reviews with that. Music reviews, Horton Hears.
Well, I was thinking of doing like a mixed media kind of thing where I include like all sorts of stuff in there.
Or you could just do ASMR reactions.
Nah, I don't fuck with ASMR.
Me either, but I should react to some of it and just be like, oh.
You know the weird thing though? I've weirdly been getting into VTubers lately. I've been seeing a few of them around. And
Not just you. I mean,
you have been
not? Too? No, I mean, I'm just saying it looks like that there's just tons of people into that. You know, I mean, it looks like there's a massive amount, which it makes so much sense because it's just like live anime kind of like it totally makes sense to me why people would be into that.
Well, it's not just that either, because a long time ago, I always had the idea of like doing an animated character with gameplay and such, just like having it in the corner. And now that I see it actually happening, I'm just like, what? This is kind of surreal.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. My sibling does that. In fact, I should try to find their Twitch. Let's see. I should know it, but I'm so aloof all the time. I have no clue what the name of their channel is. Where is it? Let's see. They go by Ivory. Yeah, I can't get into it now. My Twitch login information is changed to an email address that I don't have, and I can't get into my Twitch. But anyway, yeah, my sibling does VTuber live streaming, and it's pretty cool. I mean, I've been shown some of the tricks of the trade and all that stuff, and there's a lot that goes into it. Like,
There is. Yeah. Like there's one I've been seeing a lot of, Shy Lily. She's this like Dutch VTuber, and I think she said that she paid like $8,000 for her rig.
holy hell.
Yeah, because it's like one of the best looking ones.
Dude, let me
Like,
tell you, 100%, bro. I would rather just sit here and look ugly. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep that $9,000. I'll sit here and look ugly as all hell.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I may not turn Super Saiyan, but I'm gonna be super blazing. You know, and to me, that's a much better situation than giving a damn. But I do understand for that barrier of for people who like don't feel comfortable presenting themselves and they want to role play a character or they want to put something out there that's a character other people will enjoy. Dude, I'm a huge fan of Gollum. The actor that was Gollum, that ain't how he looks. You know what I'm saying? And that I get it. So I understand. I think it as somebody who really enjoys live performances, whether it be music or professional wrestling or stage acting and the things that I've enjoyed in my life. To me, the ability that somebody can do that kind of thing and like act out a character live for people across the internet in such a way like that, it's just like so cool. I think that's so cool, man. And I really respect people who are able to put that kind of a presentation together and develop their character and really, I mean, you have to commit. If you're doing that and you just are whatever, and then like your grandma stumbles in there and you're like, oh shit, are you okay? Like, it's going to screw up the whole gimmick. So you have to be like in character and dedicated to that. I think that's pretty dope, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, if you can keep that going.
Ariel said, so Chad, are you telling us that you were Gollum? We want it. We need it. My precious. Dude, I wish Gollum was the dopest, man. Who doesn't want to just smack live fish against a rock and eat them raw?
True.
Everybody wants to do that. But yeah, I can't wait. Nikki's got to watch the Two Towers coming up. You know, soon she's gonna get in the same month. She's gonna get slapped with Two Towers Extended Edition and The Empire Strikes Back. Boy, and I think let's see, we're both about to watch Groundhog Day for the first time. I've never seen it. I am a fan of Bill Murray, but I've never seen that one.
Oh, dude, Groundhog Day is a classic.
It's what I've been hearing, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Have you guys been watching Stranger Things season 4?
I've watched the first 2, but I haven't kept up with after that.
Bruh.
I never got into Stranger Things.
Oh, have you tried?
Nah, I never even usually use Netflix. So it's like,
Dude, for somebody that's a fan of like, you know, with SMT and Persona and Hellboy and like this like crazy occult stuff is like really interesting. Like Insidious, and I mean there's so many different like occult rooted sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, dude, Stranger Things could 100% be a Persona game. Like
I can kind of see that.
all that they're missing are like powerful entities that they can use to battle. If they had like a JoJo style stand, then they
Exactly.
would it would completely be Persona. Because you're having these like now they're in high school, like you have these high school kids battling these entities from, you know, what they call the upside down, which is like, you know, like a portal to hell pretty much. And that's like how many different anime, how many different JRPGs, you know, like especially SMT, that's like pretty much every one of them.
Yeah.
It's like either the end of the world has happened because of that, you know, interdimensional thing, or it's like
About to.
about to, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Doom even. It's like kind of akin to Doom, just nobody's the Doom Slayer, you know.
Nobody's
So
really
yeah,
the
I would suggest that you guys definitely watch it if you're into anything like that, because it's great. It is a great show, man. And I honestly did not give a shit about it until like the second season, I think, is when Nikki and I first actually really started watching it, because anytime that there's like this super trendy hype around anything, I'm just like,
Yeah.
Felicia, just get out of my face, dude. Like, I don't really need to be around like Miss Popularity or Mr. Popularity. I'm cool without it,
Yeah.
because I
Euphoria
get
shut-
disappointed, you know.
Yeah.
But this
Yes.
one definitely, it's a great show.
Well, you know what I'm looking forward to, actually? The Cuphead show, season 2, coming in August.
Ah,
yeah.
talk about controversy till they retire my jersey, dude. I saw so many like moms with nothing better to do on the internet, just like, Cupheads turn my kids into Satan worshipers. I'm so upset right now. I'm gonna go douse them in Tide Pods to cleanse them of these demons.
The
You
most
know.
innocent fucking cartoon I've ever seen.
Well, isn't there some thing about like there's something about the Cuphead guy like having to win his soul back from the devil or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, like they gambled and they lost. Like they got a little too greedy. They lost, and the bet was their soul. But that's just a little moral lesson for children.
Well,
Well, then, after they lost, you know, the devil, like, exchanged, like, collecting his debtors in exchange for, like, keeping their souls.
Oh yeah, that's right.
which it's
Yeah.
kind of fucked to make any kind of deal with him, but you know, at the end of the day, like, you don't hear any of these people complaining about the devil went down to Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, they don't have any problem with all of these other things. Like, the same person that'll be like, well, that's Satan worship, will be like, we don't need to help support poor people. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
how can you sit here and be mad about like that, which is totally fictitious, but
Yeah.
real life scenarios, you're like, what would Jesus do? Let poor people starve. Like, you really care about Cuphead? That's the thing you're worried about, being a bad example for your kids?
Or the lesser known, Reverend Horton Heat song, "The Devil's Chasing Me."
Yeah. Dude, they would be the first one to blast in their big old pickup truck, running with the devil, you know.
Yeah.
It just, the contradictions never end with those people. They sit on their high horse of moral superiority, all the while being one of the worst actors in, you know, the whole situation. But I think the animation style for Cuphead is so dope.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a lot to be appreciated about that, and I know that people have said to me that the gameplays can be pretty ruthless. Like, it's a challenging game. It's a
absolutely,
good
man.
game.
Like,
Yeah.
I have an episode coming up of that where I just basically gave up on it in like aisle 2. I'm just like, I tried like 3 different bosses and one run and gun level. I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done with this shit, man. I played this for like 3 episodes. It just keeps kicking my ass. It's not fun anymore. I'm done with it.
Are you calling it Horton Taps Out? Yo,
No,
good morning,
but
Josh.
that sounds like an idea.
Good morning to you, Josh. Thanks for joining in. And thanks to
Hey.
everybody in the chat out there. You know, we got Ariel, Crimson New Type, Abductee of Earth. That's beautiful. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here with the Cuphead thing. A lot of people are talking about it. The Cabal is the mocking tongue. Look, man, when it comes to a lot of this occult symbolism and religious symbolism and all this stuff. The power that any of these names or symbols or archetypes or whatever hold is the power that you give into it. Honestly, if all of us just ignored, like, oh my God, Aleister Crowley's mocking tongue and the all-seeing eye and all this, dude, what a buffoon, what a loser. This guy went around pretending to be a wizard for the greater part of his life, starvation and sacrifices and all these acts and all these things, and it's just like, you know what happened? He died. Do you know how powerful he became? Dead. Like, give me a break, man. If it makes people feel better, good for you, you know, but I also know when it comes to those things, much like a panic attack, you know, it can only hold what you give to it, consciously or subconsciously.
In the words of the famous Ozzy, Mr. Crowley, what went on in your head?
Yeah, and also in the words of Ozzy, Anton LaVey, what a joke. You know, whenever Black Sabbath first came to America, you know, they were going to the West Coast, the Church of Satan was all like, oh my God, hooray, Black Sabbath. And Anton LaVey tried to like make that his big commercial thing that was happening for the, you know, his church and everything. And Ozzy and Black Sabbath were just like, man, these guys are losers. We have nothing to do with all of that. We're like metal. These guys are mental. And it was just really funny to see that happen. You know, looking back on all that, because I had no clue about it, but it just cemented the fact to me that Ozzy took all of this shit as a joke, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, to him, all of that like symbolism and occult stuff was just a joke to him.
Oh yeah.
Ariel's like, but what if him dying caused him to become more powerful?
I mean, maybe that's the reason for the norovirus, where people like crap themselves to death. Like maybe he just became the most extreme kind of diarrhea.
Well, speaking of supernatural powers,
Speaking to diarrhea.
well, no, supernatural powers. I think Nikki would really enjoy the Shantae games, though.
Yes.
The Shantae games.
Yeah, Shantae. It's basically a story of this purple-haired half genie, where it's just like,
Oh,
she's not a
I've seen
genie,
those.
Yeah, they have
I've
all 5 of
seen
them on
those.
Switch. Check those out.
Oh.
Dude, what is it with, like, every time I talk about any random thing, right? Whether it's food, a video game, fucking whatever. Like, 5 minutes later, or 10 minutes later, whatever, that thing will show up in a different conversation. I just had a conversation with another buddy who is literally speedrunning the entire Shantae series. And then you bring up
Wow.
Shantae out of fucking nowhere. I'm like, what?
Well,
What is going on?
clairvoyance.
This happens
mean-
so much. Do you guys not have that? Like,
Yeah, things be like that sometimes. My issue is I'll be like, damn, you know what? I really want to revisit this franchise, or I'm going to watch some of these old movies from this franchise, or what about this game? And then it'll either be a remake comes out, a new, like Godzilla does it to me every time. The moment I
Yeah.
start going back and rewatching old Godzilla movies, they'll be like, hey, a new one's coming out. Or like as soon as I started like rebuilding my Pokemon collection, you can see I can show receipts. I can show where I'm buying shit from eBay in like 2019. And then in 2020, boom. You know what I'm saying? It's unbelievable. I have receipts from the SMT games that I bought in 2018 and 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're like wildly popular, and it's just like, dude, nobody. I would go into game stores, literally retro game stores, and ask about SMT stuff for people who have been working there for years, and they would be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly.
Now they all know.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It is fucking insane. And I agree. It's not only does it come up in conversations, but it then becomes super popular too.
Oh yeah,
And I'm like,
it's with all kinds of different shit too. Like not even like I was in a car with my mom. We were just talking about random bullshit. I brought up a white limousine out of nowhere. 5 minutes later, what do I see? White limousine driving by. Or like I buy a 3DS thinking, oh, there's not gonna be a new 3DS. Boom, 2 weeks later, new 3DS. Fuck you.
yeah.
Every single time.
Scott the Waz was complaining about that in a video I watched where he kept like every time he would get a new Nintendo product, they'd be like, haha, this new, cheaper, upgraded version. And he's like, ah.
Think it back.
Yeah.
I'm like to all the new consoles.
Ariel said, there's cameras everywhere. You're living in the Truman Show as we speak. You know, I don't know if it's like that, but I do think that data collecting does keep companies really, really ahead of the curve on knowing what people are going to be wanting, what they should start getting prepared, and when they should put it out. Like, I think there's enough data collecting going on to like make it feel kind of like they're watching us, which I guess in a way they are, but they're just like watching data. They're not really watching you. They're watching what they should sell everybody.
Oh, dude, little exercise for everybody out there in the chat. Get your phone out and just start saying any random thing to your phone, like any random brand, like Nintendo or Lamborghini or Gucci, whatever the fuck. Just repeat that for a couple times. You'll start to see after a while Gucci and Lamborghini and Nintendo commercials all over the place.
Yep.
All over.
It's something we agree to, so it's in the terms of service of all kinds of stuff. So whatever. I want my emulators. You can have my information. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
true. I'm trying to play PS2 on my phone, homie.
Exactly. I'm trying to play fucking Mario, but actually 60 FPS.
Dude, I would like for each of you to take the platform, get your message of the day out, let everybody know what you guys have going on, and I will send us off at the very end. We're coming up on an hour right now, and I got to get ready for a challenge for this stream tonight. And I'll bet you guys can't believe it, but I have no fucking clue what challenge I'm going to do yet. So I got to figure that out.
What a shocker.
What a shocker. So, Thomas, would you like to give us your final word for the podcast?
Like, what I'm up to?
I mean, this is your time in the sun, bro. Whatever you want to say to people, you got the floor, and it's on you, brother.
All right. Well, if any of you are following my channel link in the chat there, I've been away for a little while. I've taken like a couple 2-week breaks, but I'm planning to come back either today or tomorrow. I have a series on Red Dead Revolver planned. I have like 5 episodes on that, a whole 5-episode series on that. So that should be coming out this week, and also some extra episodes. Even a collab with Chad with Jackbox Party Pack 3 that I still have not gotten up yet. I'm trying to get that there. And I'm still kind of putting on how to structure my series, because I've started up a little too many and I haven't finished them, so I'm planning on like playing a few episodes of one game and then just going until I lose interest and then go on another one, just to make things a bit easier. So that's pretty much all I got there. Probably not streaming for the most part anymore, because I tried watching this one guy. He's like, don't use X264 because that gives you problems. Like, okay, well, that's fucking it.
Yeah.
I was wondering what the hell the problem was. But yeah, that's all I've got going on there. Might do some other kinds of videos. Nino, what do you got going on?
Nothing much that I can really share, to be honest. I can tell you that there is a movie coming on Netflix in July that I have a voice in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a animated movie. It's called Genbanojo. If you
Hell
can,
yeah.
you can look it up later. Apart from that, really, just the usual. I've been working on music. I've been working on a game for a while. And I want to do the live streaming a little bit more often, but I feel like an asshole streaming to 1 or 0 people, and I need to find something
Yeah, I
that I
feel
can
it.
actually like
I-
talk about.
Dude, I did that shit on the Renegade Media Group Twitch at like 6 in the morning for a little
Oh,
while
yeah.
to try
Yeah.
and get like a European audience on that Twitch channel, and didn't work out.
Yeah, that's building your audience on Twitch alone is not really possible. You're just stuck at 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also something to relate to the podcast here. It kind of feels weird to ask, but if any of you have like some donations to make or anything, if you have anything to spare, then that'd be greatly appreciated. Obviously, no one's holding the gun to your head, but just anything you can spare to the podcast here would greatly help us out. Keep the show running and whatnot. Just anything you can spare.
And just so you know, I'd split that between Nanopolis and Thomas.
Yes,
I've
it's like a
decided to
three-way
not-
split.
Yeah. Well, I've decided to not even take anything from that. So that is for you guys when that happens. So because you guys donate your time to this, so I really, really appreciate that. And so if you guys could support the podcast, we really appreciate it. We do appreciate your support in the chat, showing up, watching, hanging out. That means a whole lot. Because this is
love
episode
that you're
number
watching.
8, which is incredible. That we've kept it up early in the morning for me anyway, because boy, it's a miracle that I've been able to do this.
I'm usually the first one in the streaming chat.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah.
So for me, I've got 5 rap songs that are about to come out. I've got 9 punk rock songs that are about to come out. I'm working on a bunch of wrestling stuff right now. Nikki and I are trying to get all this
Ariel.
Patreon shit out, and we're trying to keep a reaction video coming out 7 days a week. That's our goal right now. So fingers crossed we can actually do it. But we will see you guys tonight. We're going to be streaming Resident Evil Biohazard. Nikki's still fighting through it. She's got a pretty decent way through the game at this point, so it won't be long before she's capping that off. And then this coming Thursday, we'll be back in Elden Ring. Next Thursday, on the 30th, will be the community game night.
Yes, it will.
So we got to do something cool for that, guys. We'll be talking about that. Join the Discord if you haven't, if you want to be in that
I call a golf
conversation.
match.
Golf is one of those things that just very well may go down. I actually found out that Shredder's Revenge is cross-platform.
Oh, really?
Not only is it cross-platform, but 6 people can play the game at the same time.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that would be pretty wild. That may be a contender for community game night. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll talk it over in the mod chat. to
We
see
will
what-
talk it over, but you guys can be a part of that conversation and have your voices heard if you join the Discord. But again, we appreciate you guys. See you this evening. Thank you, gentlemen, for hanging out with me as well. I really appreciate you guys too.